It's so nice to just ride your bike. I love breathing heavy. I love just seeing new things. Exploring by bike is the best way. It's just slow enough that you can really see things, you can soak it in, you can see details. But it's fast enough that you can get to a lot of places. I think it's for everyone. Cycling is for everyone, or this route is for everyone. And there's so many great places to stop along the way, you know, choose your own adventure. As a Canadian, we're not steeped in cycling culture. So even coming into Paris-Roubaix, I knew it was a big race, but I also hadn't followed it from years past and known the history. And I think after winning, I almost felt a bit of responsibility to know the depth of the history or know more of what you've, I guess, married into, you know, by being a champion of Paris-Roubaix. Every ride, I always try to ride a new kilometer, and that's a big passion of mine, and trying to map out just where I haven't gone before. So I've never really been into the center of Paris. I've never ridden in Paris or ridden from anywhere near towards Cannondale, even though the namesake of the race, Paris-Roubaix. But really, we're so far away from Paris. I didn't really know how far it would be. So I've never seen the Eiffel Tower before, or even the Arc de Triomphe. Yeah, we had a great time right in the center of Paris. But once you get in that vortex of the Arc de Triomphe, you can't get out. You just keep going around and around. I really wanted to get on that inner circle of the Arc de Triomphe, but it's chaos there. We're done! But you know, I always love a little bit of chaos. Paris-Roubaix has just the right amount of chaos, and yeah, riding in Paris also just had the right amount of chaos for me. True start, yeah. Started with the chaos, and Yeah, it ended with the chaos. Alison Jackson, that's my name. Come on out here. For me, cycling is really a social thing, so to have Apolline ride with me for the first long bit, and it's just creating memories together about the new places that we're going and seeing the castles, but yeah, just the adventure of it all, that's more so what was locked into my heart and my thinking.
Aniva!
I love just riding in small streets or discovering new roads, and I don't like to ride the same road twice. So, and also just to try to find interesting things when you're going through a country.
It's maybe not normal to have these percentages in a Paris-Roubaix ride, but here we are, outside of Paris. It's beautiful, look at this.
Well, that's why I love like Wanderer when I choose and find a new road every ride, because yeah, then there's something new and it's a new adventure every day. And I love just taking deep breaths, moving my body, being outside, seeing something new, making memories.
Good thing I love farming, coming as a farm kid, because there was so much action happening on the farmlands. It was also really interesting how the land changed and how the housing changed from Paris, then going to Chantilly.
I can taste the cream already. Chantilly. The queen of the cobbles lives here now.
Chantilly, enchanté, pastel, no, what's it, gâteau, enchanté, gâteau. That sounds like a cat. Enchanté, pâtisserie.
In 2 bites, we can do it.
Wow. I mean, what's great about this trip, Paris-Roubaix, is that you can really enjoy all the pieces. And I think you get to know more about culture and people and the food and the country. And it's just a fully immersive experience that way, and just enjoying the ride.
It's cool to give these places like a public,
Yeah,
because
You have to remember.
we can have a date here.
Well, we're having a date right now.
There's so many good things about riding the bike and exploring by bike. Better than walking, better than running. And also you can get into some small, places where cars can't go, or it's easy enough to hop off a bike to see something a little closer. There's a lot of big cathedrals we saw and castles, buildings that have so much history that have been here for so long.
We don't have things like this in Canada, so for me it's very cool to see old things.
Yeah.
There's nothing old in Canada. Le baguette? Just dry. There's nothing in it.
You could have put
Like a
some
child.
confiture.
I won't last long in my sweaty pocket, so.
Yeah.
Wow.
All the roads that we chose were so quiet. There are some bike path parts and through forests, beautiful paved, small single lane roads, classic bike path along the canal. And then another was just also choosing a lot of like small country roads that are just peaceful and quiet and super safe to ride and just a great trip. Chateau de Pierrefonds. That is just like a Disneyland castle. Like that's my reference point is Disneyland.
And you just have to pretend you have some music.
But where is the music?
It's in here.
Festival in the garden.
It looks like a game, but it's a dance. The most biggest castle I ever did see. To la boulangerie.
La boulangerie. C'est parti.
Allez!
I think on the second day, I think I had 4 baguettes, 2 pain au chocolat, and then a number of other pastries. The pastry count was high.
In Paris-Roubaix, there's always pain. But in AJ's Paris-Roubaix, there's only pain au chocolat. Just kidding, I want the sandwich.
Give me your paper.
You know what? I have so much energy still at the end of the trip, I think, because the nutrition part is key. The riding takes a lot of energy, and baguettes and pastries, that's great. We got all the carbs that you need, plus a little bit of protein so that you're already recovering for the next day. So, I mean, It's good food. Yep.
So when I was a kid, we had these books that was like choose your own adventure. And so you'd read the first like 3 pages, and then they would ask you like, do you choose this adventure, yes or no? Or like, do you go out the window or stay in bed? And then it'll give you a page number to turn to continue the story wherever you choose. And I feel like on this route, every time we get to the signpost, it's like, which way do you choose?
Exactly.
Choose your own adventure.
Yeah, really, you could ride this route anyway. You could take many days. You could do it in one awfully epic long day. But then I think then the idea changed to be more adventure, but to really like meet the people, see the country, and then get more of the community involved.
How do you say the word O-I-S-E? This river? Oise?
Was.
Was.
And I think that's what was probably the most surprising part, but what added so much to the trip, so much depth, was really meeting the people and new interactions and new friends.
So thank you so much for everything.
No, that was fun.
I was really happy to share half of that.
Beyond what this race is, the communities around it, it really, adds something to them. And I think that's also what I really feel about sport. Sport unifies, and so with these towns, it unifies that group of people to fight for a champion, be invested. When their sporting hero wins, they win also.
Attack! Attack! Oh, how good. So good. Hey!
Donc quel accompagnement, c'est vous êtes dans les mêmes tons rouge,
Magnifique.
blanc, c'est noir et c'est super. Bienvenue.
C'est super.
Bienvenue Alison. Enchanté Sylvain.
Enchanté.
Ever since winning Paris-Roubaix, I've really found that it is really meaningful to a lot more people. Everyone has their own experience of my race and my win. I love when people want to tell me what it was like for them to watch the race and experience the race. So you can already feel that there's a lot more going on with the race and that it means a lot to people and people are really passionate about it. So which tap just do I get a drink out of? Which one do I open? I love stories and storytelling, and there's going to be a backstory behind this race. This project allowed me to get in contact with different people to know the story. The race is one thing, but also it really impacts the towns that it goes through. And there's more to it, and there's more to life beyond just pro cycling. The force of Arenberg stays a mystery until tomorrow. Then we will officially meet.
Et c'est l'enfer du Nord, les pavés sous la pluie, les bas-côtés boueux. Ils ne sont plus que 5 à l'arrivée à Roubaix. Sur les réputés pavés du Nord, Moujika sont accompagnés par l'évêque. Mahé et Lénène rejoignent Moujika à 6 km de l'arrivée. Les trois champions ont une petite avance et foncent vers la victoire.
The most important part is the beans. You get good beans. So I think still the most powerful thing for me from this trip was the people involved.
C'est des petits cadeaux du produit du territoire.
The passion of the people in the towns and communities that we went to, or even to open doors for me into the mine or to climb to the top of the mine tower.
I want to go to the very top, to the moon. You need me right away? I'll be there. Wait, who's talking? I think it's interesting to go from things that you've seen on TV or what's intangible to what's tangible. And I think that's even with like when I raced Paris-Roubaix, it was a dream to win, but then you make a dream real. So I think that was really interesting about this ride too, the intangible to the tangible. Yeah, really cool to see the passion of the people and all along the way. I really wanted to ride all the cobbles of the men's race because that's still sort of aloof for the women, I guess. I mean, Paris-Roubaix is a hard race anyway, but it's not something that we can't do. So I just wanted to know what the feeling would be like in the bones when you ride on all these cobbles. Okay. Wow.
I think coming into the race when you know what's happening, I mean, riding it for the first time again after winning Paris-Roubaix, I think then you kind of remember the stories of what was happening in these moments. And I think also the more times you ride it, it becomes more familiar. And I think that's what's cool about racing and in different areas that you don't always train on. Then it's the nostalgia of coming back and the memories of the racing and the experience that you had then and what was happening, and even to reflect back on what was happening in the race last year, you know, remembering the decision making that I was doing. This one with the apple looks so good. In Paris-Roubaix, you just have to keep making the decisions as they come. There's so much that's out of your control. You get a stimulus and you just have to make a decision right there. And so yeah, just kind of remembering what was happening and then what the choices that I was making that were the right choices for the day. So I remember this part in the race. We come from over there and then this way. And when we turned the corner, I looked back and I saw the peloton on that stretch and we were here. And that was, they had 9 seconds, I think, to us. Yeah, this was now or never, full gas.
And also that it didn't matter to me if I rode the whole last 5K on the front or not. I just wanted to make it there in that group. I thought my chances were better than having that peloton come.
I really do love winning or being excellent at something.
13e de Paris-Roubaix, l'an passé, c'est Alison Jackson.
The bit of chaos that racing is, and it's hard, and you have to make the right decisions, and it's risky, and all of that is thrilling to me. At the highest level, the racing mindset is like a killer instinct sort of way to tackle a ride. The mantra was don't think, just do, and you just have to be so invested and involved in, really have that flow. Not thinking, just living really in the moment for every moment that came. Yeah, then taking the win.
I know you'll go higher. I bet you set the world on fire.
I know winning Roubaix is a big deal, but I think it was just with the weeks and the days after, how much the public responded to that and the comments of people coming up to me and what they wanted to talk about. And I think it's how I won. That's a characteristic of, you know, a hero that we want in our lives, or something that I think people can relate to in their own life and ambitions. Also, even just finishing and having how I express myself just being a dance move, I think that also helps people remember that we're not just elite athletes, we're people, we're humans. People who have big goals and work hard to achieve them.
All the hard part is done. It's just the easy part now.
Another bend, the summer sun has gone. The smile you gave begins to fade, your shadows getting long. All those days I loved you, I dreamed I'd set the world on fire.
When you get in contact with the friends of Roubaix, les amis du Paris-Roubaix, les amis du Paris-Roubaix, they have so much knowledge and they're so willing to share it all. The group of volunteers that have all of that history written down, saved and preserved.
for the first time in Haiti in '68, the runners were in Wallers, Arenberg. From Troisville to Roubaix.
You know, when I won and then they tell you, now your name gets to be on the shower, and you think, whoa, because this is such a piece of history. Yeah, what a surprise, or how special it was to get there, and then I get to put the nameplate on, and yeah, and I think it also is beautiful to do that with the group of volunteers there too, because then it becomes a shared moment. You know, seeing the champion appreciate what they're doing and the history, and that they've upkept this for so many years. So yeah, very cool. And Paris-Roubaix is a race that creates legends. You know, it's a resilient person that is going to win, or someone that beats all the odds. And then I think that's why people who love the race really love the race, and they'll love it forever. So I think that's really the rich history of Paris-Roubaix, is the people.